Even though Sombra has only been held once ever, this is the second time, you can see they are so docile, very, very similar to the Arizona giant desert scorpions. And look at that hair. I don't know if this will zoom in on, this will focus on that hair. I'm going to take it off of autofocus just so you guys can see maybe some of these hairs on those pedipalps, little pinchers up front. Got that beautiful stinger in the back. Sometimes they get more of a reddish color. In fact, it should turn more of a red color once Sombra matures more. They're so docile. They don't want to sting, especially these big guys. Giant desert hairy scorpions or these guys in particular, their pedipalps are so big, they can just control and own anything that they find. So it's very easy to eat. For the most part, it feels like, to me, I've never seen one even use their stinger. It's almost like they don't know how to use them. Even when I was getting him out of his terrarium, he was a little defensive. He pinched just a little bit, enough to kind of hold and try to figure out what's going on. They have no desire to cause harm, just to hide out. See if I can get it to focus on something besides my face. Just have to be careful to make sure that he's okay. Or she. I just took the camera off the stand so you can see him up close. He or she. Sombra looks horrifying up front. If you can tell, definitely relative to our other arachnid friends. They all come from the same family. Just want to feel secure and safe. You can zoom in. Look at that guy. That barb at the end, that stinger, is actually made of iron. Believe it or not. We eat iron, but we don't produce something that strong. A literal iron appendage that works as a needle injecting venom. But look at that hair on there. Beautiful. These guys handle just like spiders. So you just let them go upside down if they want to. You don't have to worry about the stinger. They're not going to actually sting you. But they do need to move their tail around to get around. So that's the only thing you need to know about the stinger is they basically never use it. He's just incredible creatures. And kind of difficult to film because Sombra always wants to climb up. We're going to change the angle. They usually prefer going up rather than down. But it feels more secure because they can't grip very well. You can see those tiny little feet. You can kind of hold on, but not very much. They do not like UV light. Makes sense because they're always underground and they never come out during the day. So I'm not going to hold this on very long. I keep it at a distance too. But very beautiful. Very big contrast. This beautiful dark black. This incredible fluorescent color. Turquoise. It has no intention of stinging. I mean, the stinger's up, but you could care less. I have my hand up here. Doesn't care. It's a very, very docile species. Beautiful. I'm gonna give it a little tap here. A little nudge. More than anything, just kind of irritated. Obviously, I'm much bigger. He's kind of keeping that in mind. He also doesn't really know what I am. So, you can see when they have their tails sideways like this, that is a sign that they're not feeling threatened, maybe just irritated and maybe a little tired because I woke him up early. I could definitely irritate him, and he would put that up as he feels more threatened, but right now he's not. He kind of just wants to rest. But I'm going to show you how to pick him up. Well, there's many ways to pick it up. It's usually best to put your hand out in front, and then either below or lightly tap the back tail or legs and to get him to go on your hand. Or in my case, I'm just going to show, just for the sake of showing how docile he is, I'm just going to kind of feather my fingers under so you have that opportunity to see that. So since he's not used to being held, he actually was pinching me just a little bit. I'm going right at the front. So this is technically the most vulnerable way I could do this. Again, he's not interested in hurting me, just kind of wants to be left alone. So now I'm going to try to pick him up kind of from the sides of my two hands, just to, with my one hand, just to show that they really don't want to sting you at all. They just have no desire. He's not comfortable with being held, so I could consider this really dangerous. But I mean, they do have venom, obviously, but it's not very potent. It'd be more like a bee sting if I did. And I do have an EpiPen here, just in case I have an allergic reaction. But very confident he will not do anything. This is my first time even trying this, honestly. Just showing how so as long as they're not putting pressure, like on the legs or the body, anything that makes them feel constricted, like you're a threat and you're gonna hold him and hurt him, then, and this goes for pretty much every other creature that crawls. They just don't want to be restricted. As long as you don't restrict them, they're totally fine. Now I went slow out of respect. I could have manhandled them a little bit more, and I don't think anything would have happened. But I don't want to stress him out just to prove a point. And this is probably enough interaction for him as it is.